Good morning from the Rockies. My name's Mark with MarkUrick.com, spelled Y-U-R-I-K. And today's tip let's say you want to keep prospects or users or visitors on your site a little longer, okay, and maybe get them down under the fold and into other pages. What's another tip? Well, how about let's keep it simple, which means when you're communicating, what do you think about big words, whoa, versus easier to understand words? For example, let's take a look right here. When let's say you're on a web presence and you see the word jurisdiction, whoa, I mean, what do you think most people will see? Will they know that it means a local city or town? Okay, so let's take an example of a jurisdiction in a sentence. For example, Bob lives 5 miles outside of the local jurisdiction. Whoa, what does that mean, right? Well, you may know, okay, but that's good. But do your prospects or users or visitors know what that means? What if it read, Bob lives 5 miles away from the city? Would that be, do you think, easier to understand? Okay, let's go to another one here. How about the word conjecture? And now that means is someone's guess about something without any proof. So let's say that you saw a sentence that said, it was open to conjecture whether Bob's flight will be arriving on time, right? Okay, you may know what that means, but do you think the general public or the users or the visitors or the prospects will know what conjecture means? For example, do you think it will be easier for someone to understand it's anyone's guess whether Bob's flight will be arriving on time? Do you see the difference? You see how that flows? It's easier to understand without someone having to think. Okay, let's do one more. All right. Take a look at this word here. Endeavoring. Whoa. Okay, and all endeavoring means, and you probably know what that means trying, okay? So let's take 2 examples. The first sentence is, Bob is endeavoring to score big online. Okay, you may know what that means, right? But do your prospects or customers know what that means? What if it read, Bob is trying to make money online? Is that simple and easier to understand? So, if you're searching and you're checking out your competition's web presence, or you're on a web presence or something like that, and you see these big words, I mean, how does that make you feel? Is it like too difficult to understand or read? Well, if you look around, a lot of web presences do that. So do you think the simpler you make your copy easier to read and understand, the more likely you are to maintain that visitor, maintain their eyeballs on your site? Okay, I mean, what do you think? Go ahead and give it a shot and let me know if you see any different results. So that's the tip for this week, and may it be easy to understand for your visitors. Okay? All right, before we go, I want to run this one last clip. Hey, P.S. real quick, let's say you want access to some really high-end, well-guarded secrets, and you want to shave like 2 to 3 years struggle getting online and trying to figure out how it works, and you want to start making a decent living online from home, okay? There's 2 courses that are up right now on MarkUrick.com, and all you want to do is just go to MarkUrick.com and choose go to secure course site, and then you'll land on the site like here, which hosts all the video lessons in lecture form, and just scroll down, and there's 2 of them up right now. Now, this first course, Zero to Profit, I mean, that's a complete guide that walks you through the step-by-steps that we're taking in order to realize unstoppable online success. And it was all accidental discoveries that no one else teaches. And that's going to walk you through it so you'll be able to succeed online. And you'll notice for $197, most online businesses are spending twice that a month, okay, on ads. So you're saving right there, because I never spent any money on ads, just so you know that. And the second step, just wanted to bring something down more reasonable, and that's for $47, and that's Anatomy of a Lethal Website that converts like crazy, all right? Now, that's going to give you the outline and show you and explain to you step by step how a web presence may be laid out that's going to attract attention and convert traffic. And there's also the bonus step 8 in there from the main course that's going to give you even more insight and reveal some secrets that's going to show you how to convert your traffic. So there's 2 e-courses right up there right now, and they're fairly priced just for you. And those are going to be going up in the future when I'm going to be taking on more classes and teaching one-on-one. That prices, some of those are going to go through the roof. So right now, go ahead, take advantage of that and gain access to some well-guarded secrets that you may never seldom hear online, because no one's going to share them. All right, until next week, hey, tell a friend, like, subscribe, and how about a share? All right, have a great week. See you next week. Bye-bye.